Hi there. Welcome to Courageous Conviction. Remember that Jeff and I sit down and we discuss a topic or a theme. Sometimes things are more a little sensitive than others that many of you don't want to talk about. Our road back to the covenant path and to finding our Savior Jesus Christ was not an easy one. We both got way out there. We have a lot of experience. We put a lot of study and a lot of our knowledge together when we're discussing these topics or these themes. We may go down many rabbit holes. So we have 5 episodes each week that we hope that you'll come back and join into before we bring things around full circle. So please hit the like button, subscribe, and let's get started.
Good morning, Courageous Conviction, Jeff and Eric here. Hey, today we're going to talk a little bit on addiction. Jeff's book just came out a couple weeks ago, and I think it's important that we face what is really the onslaught of a lot of the problems we have in division, even in society or even in the church today. And it really comes down to addiction. I mean, we're talking about either sexual addiction or the type of addictions. And what's I'm thinking right now, taking place right now, generally would be considered a moral issue. But I think what the church is trying to address in all this are those that are struggling with this type of addiction. Now, singling out some, and there's a lot of podcasts out there too that I've been listening to this week, and Jeff has listened to a few as well, that are singling out a group of people that are struggling with certain addictions, sexual addictions and appetites that we all need to control. And so I think today we should focus a little bit on addiction in general, Jeff. I'd like to talk. Yeah, I think I'm going to let you run today. The last couple podcasts I've pretty much been running, and I'm here to. But you're the one this book is out right now, and it's pretty much principled on. I was talking to my mother last night, who read your book in about 3 hours, and she loved it. And she wants to buy one for actually a really good friend of hers who's going through an addiction issue. She was LDS, and she and I dated when we were younger in high school. Always been close. She's been like a sister to me. And my mom was telling me last night, "Hey, I'm gonna get a copy of Jeff's book for this young lady. And she just has a hard time overcoming her addiction with 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 wine, for example. Not that she's a big drinker goes out, but she loves to socialize and have her wine. And and that's kept her from coming back to church. And she tried last year to come back, actually with my mother, but that was her stumbling block. My mom was able to overcome that stumbling block, but she wasn't. So one other thing before we get off though, Jeff, is I kind of want to say something that to our listeners. I'm the guy here between the two of us. I'm the guy that I'm more of a little absolute. And I guess some people would say, well, he's a little more the extreme out there. And as far as the lines of being black and white, Jeff and I march the same direction because we march under the same Constitution, march under the same banner, that banner of liberty, if you will. And so, I boiled some hot water right now, and it's starting to make noise. It's all on the stove. But what I want to say is that when Jeff and I are talking, always, I mean, if I just say, well, those people are doing this, obviously, like with the immigrants and so forth coming across, there are some good people in there. And we're not trying to say that. What we're looking at is a majority of people right now that may be in a certain group or a certain desire that we're actually singling out, right? And that majority is the one that's going to have that greater effect as a whole. So when I'm speaking of whole, I'm speaking acknowledging the fact that there are always exceptions to that rule. I just want to make that clear. So that being said, addictions, Jeff, just brief here. My experience with and overcome addictions is sometimes sometimes we can get that desire, right, to overcome any type of addiction, whether it be drug or alcohol or sexual. And there's a lot more sexual sins out there right now than homosexuality. It could just be more the fad right now. And for those who think it's not, I actually heard a study the other night. Jeff and I both did data, and that showing that from the baby boomers, moving down generations, how this is started to grow more with more publicity. And so it proved that it's more fad oriented and not necessarily something that's people are trying to claim that's natural. Now, my point being, not going on the rabbit hole today. Because I normally get some comments from people on that. But Jeff, I can want all I want to change. And I get up every day saying, today I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to overcome this. I'm not going to say, maybe our issues are with swear words, or our issues are, what else could be out there? Pornography or anything. Any pornography doesn't have to be, sexual act. Pornography today now, especially on TikTok, and a lot of girls on videos, they'll go and they'll change their clothes or whatever, and they'll show them, basically kind of changing their clothes, not showing anything, just showing enough to get away with it, with see-through clothing on, things of that nature, right? Walking around, those things can get very alluring. And like Jeff, when we were talking off air, what if, a man, for example, or a woman, but in this situation, I need to be more of a man, like in a marriage, if you don't have a partner that's, as sexually active as you are, or desirous as you are for that intimacy, those things can easily pull you in today. And it's going to get worse. I feel personally, Jeff, I feel Satan's power is the strongest right now on earth than I've ever felt in my life. The things for me that were going along smoothly, and all of a sudden, why is it not? Why am I having some issues with other things, right? Just other things like, why do I catch myself sometimes looking back? And I think we all go through some of that stuff, right?
You've just finished listening to Creative Conviction. Jeff and I, we put a lot of work into this, and our life's experience has been a lot of effort to try to get back to where we are now. We hope that you can learn something from us and share with us what your thoughts are down below. We'll see you in our next video.